When you think of muscle cars, your mind probably roars straight to the American classics, those tire-shredding beasts that ruled the roads in the 1960s and 1970s. But hold the phone, gearheads. Our neighbors up north in Canada were crafting their own legends, cars that packed serious punch and style, but stayed just out of reach for Americans. So let's fire up the engine and take a nostalgic cruise through 9 Canadian muscle cars. 1970 Mercury Cougar XR7. This Cougar wasn't entirely Canada-only, but in 1970, Mercury dropped a special edition XR7 just for Canadians that had Yanks green with envy. Under the hood roared a 351 cubic inch V8, churning out 300 horsepower and 385 pound-feet of torque, enough to hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 6.5 seconds with a top speed around 120 miles per hour. Its long hood, sleek lines, and that iconic snarling grille gave it a predatory vibe. Inside, you got plush bucket seats and woodgrain accents, blending muscle with a touch of class. What made it Canadian? Unique color schemes and subtle interior tweaks unavailable in the States. This Cougar wasn't just a car, it was a luxurious beast that screamed style while burning rubber. 1969 Pontiac Grand Prix. The 1969 Grand Prix was a Canadian exclusive that turned heads north of the border. Built on the Chevrolet Impala platform, but draped in Pontiac's bold styling, this beast offered engines from a 350 cubic inch V8 to a monstrous 427 pumping out 390 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. It could hit 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds and top out at 125 miles per hour. Its long, wide body sported Pontiac's signature split grille and sleek taillights tucked into the bumper. The interior, pure luxury with bucket seats and a center console. Canadians loved this mix of muscle and refinement, while Americans could only dream of cruising in this stylish powerhouse. 1966 Beaumont SD396. Never heard of the Beaumont? You're not alone. This Canadian creation was a mashup of Pontiac and Chevrolet DNA. The 1966 SD396, exclusive to Canada, was based on the Chevy Chevelle but wore a Pontiac-inspired grille and unique badging. Its 396 cubic inch V8 cranked out 325 to 375 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque, rocketing from 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds with a top speed of 130 miles per hour. The body screamed muscle with clean lines and an aggressive stance. Inside, it was standard muscle car fare, bucket seats, simple dash, but it got the job done. This rare beast was a street king that Americans missed out on, making it a collector's dream today. 1969 Acadian Cano. The Acadian, a General Motors Canada sub-brand, gave us the Cano, a name that might not ring bells in the States but was a hit up north. The 1969 Cano, built on the Chevy Nova platform, packed a 327 cubic inch V8 with 350 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque. It hit 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds and topped out at 120 miles per hour, solid for its class. Its Nova-like body had a distinct Canadian grille and badging, giving it a unique vibe. The interior was no frills, with bucket seats and a functional dash. For Canadians, the Cano was a budget-friendly rocket that brought serious muscle to the streets. Hey gearheads, love these classic rides. Hit that subscribe button to catch our weekly dives into automotive history. 1971 Plymouth GTX. The Plymouth GTX was a gentleman's muscle car, and in 1971, Canada got an exclusive version that stood out. Powered by a 440 cubic inch V8, it delivered 375 horsepower and a massive 480 pound-feet of torque, hitting 0 to 60 in 6 seconds and topping out at 140 miles per hour. Its long, wide body and menacing front end screamed power, while the interior offered plush bucket seats, a center console, and woodgrain trim for a touch of class. Canadian tweaks included unique color options and badging. This GTX wasn't just for tearing up the pavement, it was a comfy cruiser for long road trips, making it a rare gem that American enthusiasts could only admire from afar. 1967 Pontiac Parisian 2+2. The 1967 Pontiac Parisian 2+2 was a Canadian-only full-size muscle car with a luxurious twist. Its top dog was a 427 cubic inch V8 pumping out 385 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, good for 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, and a top speed of 120 miles per hour. Its long, sleek body glided down the road, with Pontiac's signature split grille adding flair. Inside, bucket seats, chrome accents, and a center console made it feel like a high-end cruiser. Exclusive to Canada, it offered unique trim options that set it apart. For guys who wanted power without sacrificing comfort, the Parisian 2+2 was the ultimate ride. Too bad it never made it to American showrooms. 1966 Pontiac Laurentin. The 1966 Laurentin was a full-size Pontiac that flew under the radar but packed a punch. Like its American cousin, the Catalina, it had a Canadian twist with unique styling. Its top engine, a 396 cubic inch V8, produced 325 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, pushing this big cruiser from 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds with a top speed of 115 miles per hour. Its long, low body and classic Pontiac split grille turned heads, while the spacious interior with bench seats could fit the whole crew. Simple but functional, the dash had all the gauges you needed. This was the car for cruising Main Street with the family, a Canadian classic that left Americans wanting. Drop a comment, what's your dream muscle car? Let us know what you want to see next. 1969 Mercury Meteor Montcalm S-thirty-three. Canada's answer to the Mercury Cyclone. The 1969 Meteor Montcalm S-thirty-three was a beast with a Canadian accent. Its top engine, a 428 cubic inch Cobra Jet V8, roared with 335 horsepower and 440 pound-feet of torque, hitting 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds and topping out at 130 miles per hour. The aggressive lines, fastback roof, and bold grille screamed speed, while the interior offered bucket seats and a no-nonsense dash with chrome accents. Unique Canadian badging and color options made it stand out. This rare ride was a head-turner that combined style and power, leaving American muscle fans wishing they could get behind the wheel of this northern exclusive. 1970 Chevrolet Biscane 427. Topping our list is the 1970 Chevrolet Biscane 427, a full-size car that looked like your grandpa's Sunday driver, but hid a monster under the hood. Available only in Canada, this budget-friendly Chevy could be optioned with a 427 cubic inch V8 pumping out 425 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. It launched from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds flat and hit 135 miles per hour, insane for a car that looked like it belonged in a police lot. Its plain Jane body had clean lines and no flashy chrome, while the interior was basic with bench seats and a simple dash. That no-nonsense vibe was its charm, making the sleeper a Canadian legend that American gearheads could only dream of owning. And there you have it, 9 Canadian muscle cars that never made it south of the border. From the sleek Pontiac Parisian to the unassuming but ferocious Biscane 427, these rides blended raw power with a unique northern style, cementing their place in automotive history. For collectors and dreamers, they're a reminder of what could have been true gems of the muscle car era.